Good morning, everybody. This is the Grand Solar Minimums Crazy Canuck coming at you from Saskatchewan, Canada on a beautiful day. We're finally getting some heat, although we need rain. Hopefully next week it'll start raining. I wanted to show you something. I've been seeding grains in egg cartons, and I started to put them into the garden in a row here. Right here I've got Maori Black Ond wheat, and I had a thought yesterday when I was planting these. There's no weeds should come up where these cartons are, and this ground is really bad for weeds and, you know, poor quality soil, so that kind of fits. So I was thinking, what if I took a box, poke a bunch of holes in the bottom, fill it full of a soil mix that doesn't have any weed seeds or anything in it, start them, plant this into the ground up to this level right here, and then fold these back. You wouldn't have weeds anywhere in this area. So I'm going to set that up. We're going to give that a try, and we'll see what happens. I think it would actually work quite well. You could get things started early, and you just go and throw them in, and then after, in the fall, after you do your harvest, the cardboard would be so deteriorated that you could till it right into the ground and it becomes worm food. So that's something I came up with, and I'll give one more little update for this video. And I'll be right back. So, from my last video, I was showing how I did a couple splits in these small nuke boxes. And these are great nuke boxes. They're actually made out of corrugated plastic instead of the traditional cardboard. Now yesterday, I figured I'd go for broke. I did two what they call walk-away splits. Here's one. That one came off of this hive here. This hive is one of the nukes I bought. This hive is from the nuke I bought. And that hive came from here. Now, a walk-away split, I've got two brood boxes, so the queen will be in one of them. And with a walk-away, you don't have to worry about which one she's in. You just take the top one and you put it on another bottom box or a bottom board, and you just walk away. Whichever one is queenless, they'll make a queen. So that's the easiest way to do a split. You just throw them in there and walk away. So in about a week's time, I'm going to come back. I'll be going through these to check for queen cells and other goodies. Now, doing this, like, I could probably have started to put on the honey supers now, but I want to build up my bees, so I'm doing these splits. And I think in the end I'm not going to lose any honey production because I'll have more hives to be pulling from. And the honey right now, it doesn't come from the sources that I really get good reviews about the honey. The clover, borage, some of the other wildflowers. So I'm going to use this time to build up the bees, and when they're ready to start producing honey, it'll be a higher quality honey that's going to be made in the first place. So that's a quick update here, and I'll keep you informed of the progress. Another interesting fact, I'm not sure if I ever mentioned it, when the honeybees were first brought over by the settlers, it wasn't for the honey. If you can imagine a society with no power, they brought these over for the wax to make candles, because candles were very important considering there was no electricity. So that's another reason to have a few bees kicking around. You can take the wax, you can make candles, because as we know that in the future If the power grid goes down, those candles could become very important, and sooner or later the petroleum, if the grid stays down, will not be available. So that's a little tidbit of information and a little update. Hope everybody's having a really good spring, and hope the areas that are getting flooded will dry out soon for you. So as usual, like if you like, subscribe if you haven't. Spread the word. Let's grow some food.